Let's talk about legacy. Not just dusty photo albums or things you leave behind, but the real stuff, the stories, the advice, the memories that actually make us who we are. And in our world today, with artificial intelligence, we're looking at a whole new way to make sure that legacy, well, that it actually lives on.
Okay, just think about this for a sec. What if you could ask your grandma for that secret recipe? You know, the one she never, ever wrote down? Or what if you could hear your dad tell that one story he always told? Just one more time. It's this universal thing, right? This deep down need we all have to connect with the people we've lost.
Well, what used to be pure science fiction or just wishful thinking is now bumping right up against some incredible new technology. A technology that's actually trying to make those what-ifs a real possibility.
And that brings us to something called Memora AI. So what is it? At its heart, it's a technology designed to build an interactive AI-powered digital version of someone who has passed away. But here's the key. It's not just about saving old files. It's about capturing their personality, their very essence, using all the memories they left behind.
Okay, so the big question is, how on earth does this work? How do you take a bunch of photos and stories and turn them into a voice you can actually talk to? It's this wild idea of building, well, you could call it a digital soul. Let's break down how it's done.
It really boils down to three main steps. Step one is all about capturing memories. We're talking everything: photos, old home movies, voice recordings, letters, you name it. Then step two, the AI takes over. It just dives into all that data and starts learning, picking up on speech patterns, quirks, little personality traits. And finally, step three, the interactive experience. This is where loved ones can actually engage with it and have these really meaningful conversations.
But for any of this to feel real, I mean really real, the tech has to be unbelievably good. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts, the so-called ghost in the machine, that makes the whole thing feel, well, present.
So think of it as two separate but totally connected engines running at once. You've got the voice, right? This is where voice synthesis kicks in. It's not just about sounding like them, it's about recreating their unique rhythm, the way they paused, their specific tone. But then you've got the personality. And this is maybe even more important. This is where the AI models their humor, their wisdom, the way they told a story. It's the difference between something that just sounds like them and something that truly feels like them.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Because anytime you're dealing with something this personal, this intimate, you absolutely have to talk about ethics. You have to talk about trust. What are the rules? What are the guardrails here to make sure this is all done right?
And look, for something like this to even get off the ground, trust has to be pillar number one. It all starts with a really strong ethical framework. Then you need serious enterprise-level privacy protection. We are talking about people's most precious memories after all. And maybe most importantly, the user is always in control. They decide everything. And that control can even be passed down. So the legacy is shared exactly how it was meant to be.
That's not just talk, you know? It's not just a bullet point on a slide. The idea is that this commitment to ethics is baked into the very design. The entire point is to make sure these interactions are respectful, that they're meaningful. And the only way to do that is to build this thing with total user control from the very beginning.
So if we zoom out from the code, from the data, what's the big idea here? What's the ultimate vision for creating a legacy that, well, that doesn't just talk, but actually listens?
When you get right down to it, the core mission is about building a bridge across time. It's about making sure precious memories don't just disappear. It's about letting future generations really connect with where they came from, through stories. The whole point is to create a legacy that genuinely transcends time.
And that right there is the whole shebang. It's not about being stuck in the past. It's about creating a living connection, a way for the wisdom of the past to flow forward and actually help shape the future.
So that leaves us with one final, pretty big question to think about. If your digital legacy could say just one thing to your great-grandchildren, what would you want it to be?